if you stay looking in the past, you're never going to progress and move to the future. And I was thinking about the red hat and the black hat now movement that's going around in our country and how, obviously there's a lot of just disdain for that because it's trying to recapture old glory that doesn't really take history fully into account because setting us back in time in our history shows that the progress we made in so many different areas, in areas of human relations and acceptance and just everything we've developed would be gone to go back to these past times that everyone wants to live in and reclaim the power and the glory of the white man back in the day. But there was something else there, this other special kind of just ick that I had for it, yeah, a special kind of cringe. And I found what it was. There's two things on this, and one would be associated with the red hat side of it, and one with the black hat. The red hat side would be the people that peaked in high school or grade school or middle school or college. The ones that was the best time of their life. The people that are always like, these were the glory days, this was the best. They still live in this time. I know people that swear that the 80s were the best time in their life when they were in grade school and their high school days were so fantastic and they wish everything would be like that. And they make their kids relive their own history back in them times and hold to the John Hughes movie standard of what kids need to be and the social groups that they need to be in and how to be accepted. And it's kind of pathetic. The people, you don't like hanging around these people because nothing is new to them. They're always back in the past and how great it was. You run into them, you talk to them, they're like, oh, you remember the glory days when I was this guy in high school and this was all so great and everything's bad now. It's because they never matured and they never grew up. They never moved on from that area and didn't experience the growth and the success in life that could happen afterwards because they just mentally stayed back in that time. The black hats would be the guys that got picked on in high school, I think, a lot of times. The ones that had that glow up in college or just afterwards and swore that they were going to get revenge. And that's why they had the glow up. They were going to lift the weights or lose the weight or whatever and look the best and get that trophy husband or wife and be successful and come back and exact their revenge on all the people that picked on them and bullied them and treated them unfairly in high school. So that when they get back to that 10-year class reunion, they can be out there and just hold their head high and rub everyone's faces in it, especially the red hat guy that was picking on him in high school, that peaked back then, because that guy inevitably did not progress and get any better in life and is going to have that beer belly and wife that he's not happy with and everything else. That's the guy the black hat's going after. And both of these things just show lack of maturity, lack of growth, lack of progress. You're using the past as this anchor point that you're always going to come from. And we can't ignore our past. It's development. It's what we learn from. It's how we grow and progress. We make our decisions based on our past actions to help form opinions moving forward. But our eyes should constantly be set forward. We use the past kind of as a reference point to make decisions moving forward. Red hats and black hats don't, and that's why they always stay there. But the thing is that I'm curious to see what happens is when the red hats and black hats get together and how that ends up working out. Because the red hats are still stuck in the high school days where they were the prom kings and everything else. And the black hats are the ones trying to exact revenge for being picked on by the red hats in high school. And when they get together at that 10-year reunion or in the Oval Office, what's going to happen? Because there are going to be fireworks. One thinks he's established because he was there before. The other one thinks he usurped it because he's there now. And they're going to battle and fight amongst each other. And I'm all here for that and see what really shakes out. And we're starting to see some of it now. As 47 looks like he's just kind of being a little docile puppy as the other guy's running roughshod over everything now. But the red hat doesn't give up all the time. He's going to be the one that's going to get the rest of the football team together and come show that black hat where he really needs to belong. And it's going to be a great exercise in this experiment of life that we see of when people don't progress and move forward and mature. The people that mature sit back in the back of the reunion chatting with themselves and just wait for the fight to break out between the red and black hats. and then get their popcorn and they watch the show. So get your popcorn and enjoy the show.